Driving in America can be stressful, but in some cities, getting behind the wheel can feel downright dangerous. From congested highways and aggressive drivers to high accident rates and poor road conditions, certain cities consistently rank among the worst when it comes to driving safety. These aren't just minor inconveniences, they're places where the risk of accidents, injuries, and even fatalities is far higher than the national average. In today's video, we're counting down the top 10 most dangerous cities to drive in America. We'll look at what makes these cities so hazardous, whether it's reckless drivers, overcrowded roadways, or dangerous intersections, and back it up with real statistics. By the end, you'll know which cities demand the most caution if you ever find yourself behind the wheel there. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Dream Life in America, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos on the best and worst places to live and drive in the US. Now let's hit the road and get started. Number 10, Atlanta, Georgia. It stands out as one of the most perilous cities for drivers in the United States, grappling with a combination of severe congestion, aggressive driving behaviors, and hazardous road conditions. In recent years, the Atlanta Police Department reported 28,278 accidents, translating to over 2,000 crashes per month. These incidents often occur on heavily trafficked highways like I-20/85, which is notorious for its complex interchanges and high accident rate. The city's infrastructure struggles to accommodate the growing number of vehicles, leading to frequent bottlenecks and collisions. Factors such as speeding, distracted driving, and a lack of proper signage exacerbate the situation, making Atlanta's roadways particularly treacherous. The consequences of these accidents are significant, with a notable number resulting in fatalities and serious injuries. In recent years, Fulton and DeKalb counties, which encompass much of Atlanta, reported 90,057 car accidents, including 2,072 fatal crashes and 38,101 injury-related incidents. These statistics underscore the severity of the driving challenges in the area. High-speed collisions, particularly on interstates like I-20 and I-20/85, are common, often leading to multi-vehicle pileups. The combination of dense traffic, aggressive driving, and infrastructural shortcomings makes navigating Atlanta's roads a daunting task for even the most experienced drivers. Number 9, Miami, Florida. It is widely recognized as one of the most dangerous cities to drive in the United States, thanks to a mix of heavy traffic, aggressive driving, and high accident rates. Miami-Dade County consistently reports tens of thousands of traffic crashes annually, reflecting the challenges drivers face navigating its congested streets and highways. Key roadways such as I-95, the Dolphin Expressway, and US run are notorious for high-speed collisions, frequent bottlenecks, and multi-vehicle accidents. Contributing factors include speeding, distracted driving, and the constant influx of tourists who may be unfamiliar with local traffic patterns, all of which make Miami's roads particularly hazardous. The consequences of these accidents are significant, with many resulting in serious injuries or fatalities. Miami's urban and suburban mix means that drivers must constantly share the roads with commercial trucks, pedestrians, and cyclists, increasing the potential for collision. Intersections and highway ramps in high-density areas like downtown Miami, Miami Beach, and Coral Gables are especially risky, often seeing repeated accidents due to sudden lane changes, weaving traffic, and road construction. The combination of heavy traffic, aggressive driving habits, and challenging infrastructure makes Miami one of the toughest cities in the US to drive safely. Number 8, Chicago, Illinois. It stands out as one of the most perilous cities for drivers in the United States, grappling with a combination of severe congestion, aggressive driving behaviors, and hazardous road conditions. Chicago experienced significant traffic-related incidents, with notable accident hotspots including Western Avenue, Pulaski Road, and Cicero Avenue. Western Avenue alone witnessed 3,104 accidents, resulting in 770 injuries and 2 fatalities, making it the most accident-prone street in the city. Pulaski Road followed closely with 2,055 accidents, 723 injuries, and 5 fatalities, while Cicero Avenue reported 20. These figures highlight the challenges drivers face navigating Chicago's streets, where factors such as speeding, distracted driving, and complex intersections contribute to the high accident rates. The consequences of these accidents are significant, with a notable number resulting in fatalities and serious injuries. Cook County reported 30. The city's infrastructure, including the Eisenhower Expressway, I-290, is a major contributor to these statistics. This stretch of highway, connecting suburbs to downtown, experiences approximately 2,000 crashes annually, primarily due to its high traffic volume and complex interchanges. Additionally, 68% of traffic deaths in Chicago involve drivers traveling at high speeds, and nearly half of pedestrians killed in the city are hit by an SUV or larger vehicle. These figures underscore the severity of the driving challenges in the area, where dense traffic, aggressive driving, and infrastructural shortcomings make navigating Chicago's roads a daunting task for even the most experienced drivers. Number 7. Washington, D.C. It has emerged as one of the most perilous cities for drivers in the United States, grappling with a combination of severe congestion, aggressive driving behaviors, and hazardous road conditions. In recent years, the district recorded 52 traffic fatalities and 63 serious injuries, marking the highest fatality count in 16 years. The city's infrastructure struggles to accommodate the growing number of vehicles, leading to frequent bottlenecks and collisions. Factors such as speeding, distracted driving, and complex intersections exacerbate the situation, making DC's roadways particularly treacherous. The consequences of these accidents are significant, with a notable number resulting in fatalities and serious injuries. Region saw a modest 4% decrease in pedestrian and bicyclist deaths, totaling 110 fatalities, which still represented more than 30% of total traffic deaths in the area. High-speed collisions, particularly on interstates like I-3095 and the George Washington Parkway, are common, often leading to multi-vehicle pileups. The combination of dense traffic, aggressive driving, and infrastructural shortcomings makes navigating roads a daunting task for even the most experienced drivers. Number 6. Los Angeles, California. It is widely recognized as one of the most dangerous cities to drive in the United States, thanks to a mix of heavy traffic, aggressive driving, and high accident rate. The county regularly reports hundreds of traffic fatalities and tens of thousands of accidents that result in injuries or death. Major freeways like I-5, I-10, and I-405 are notorious for high-speed collisions and multi-vehicle pileups, while the sheer volume of daily commuters, delivery trucks, and rideshare vehicles increases the likelihood of accident. Speeding, distracted driving, and impaired driving remain persistent challenges on these roadways, making Los Angeles particularly treacherous for motorists. The consequences of these accidents are significant, with a large number resulting in serious injuries or fatality. Pedestrian and cyclist accidents are especially common in dense urban areas, while motorcyclists face high risks on both city streets and freeways. DUI-related crashes and speeding-related incidents contribute heavily to the city's dangerous driving reputation. Combined with the sprawling nature of Los Angeles, complex interchanges, and aggressive driving habits, navigating the city's roads is a daily challenge for even the most experienced drivers. Number 5. New York City, New York. It remains one of the most dangerous places to drive in the United States. Despite improvements in recent years, the city consistently records well over 90,000 yearly traffic collisions, with Brooklyn and Queens seeing the highest number. These incidents result in thousands of injuries, over 53,000 reported just in one recent year, affecting motorists, passengers, cyclists, and pedestrians alike. Vibrant yet chaotic, NYC's roads feature packed traffic, distracted driving, and complex intersections, making even short trips stressful and hazardous for drivers. Pedestrian safety remains a critical concern across the 5 boroughs. Pedestrian fatalities, while declining overall, have ranged from 95 to over 110 annually, with some years seeing mid-year spikes driven by infrastructure gaps and aggressive driving behavior. Notable crash zones, such as Brooklyn's Ocean Parkway, have seen dozens of fatalities and near 2,400 injuries over time, drawing attention to high-risk areas despite efforts like lower speed limits and red light cameras. While Vision Zero has contributed to citywide crash reductions, the combination of dense traffic, jaywalking, and infrastructure limitations ensures New York remains one of the most dangerous places to drive in the country. Number 4. Boston, Massachusetts. It has emerged as one of the most treacherous cities to drive in America, with car crashes alarmingly frequent and often severe. The city averages around 4,500 collisions annually, including nearly 20 fatal accidents, hundreds of serious injuries, and numerous minor injuries. Drivers in Boston are also 24% more likely than the national average to be involved in a collision, experiencing a crash approximately Contributing to these dangers are common causes, such as excessive speeding, distracted and aggressive driving, unsafe lane changes, and rushing behavior. Traffic congestion only makes matters worse. Boston drivers lose an average of 79 hours a year stuck in traffic, equivalent to nearly $1,400 per driver in wasted time and fuel. On the TomTom congestion ranking, Boston falls into the top 3 U.S. cities for worst rush hour traffic, with drivers spending about 16 hours in traffic each month. Hazardous road conditions extend beyond crash zones. Interstate 93, parts of I-95, and the Mass Pike I-495 interchange are consistently listed among the state's deadliest corridors, often plagued by high speeds and dangerous design. These overlapping factors, high collision frequency, dangerous infrastructure, and crushing congestion, undermine Boston's reputation as a perilous city to drive in. Number 3, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It consistently ranks among the most dangerous major U.S. cities for drivers, with a traffic fatality rate significantly higher than comparably sized cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C., and nearly 3 times that of New York City. Crashes are particularly concentrated on a small subset of streets, known as the high injury network, representing just 12% of the city's roads, but accounting for 80% of severe and fatal traffic incidents. While overall crashes and serious injuries have decreased, thanks in part to traffic calming projects like lane reconfigurations, speed cushions, and protective infrastructure, the fatality rate for severe crashes has risen, with a higher likelihood that each serious crash results in death, increasing from 17% to 22% in recent years. Road infrastructure and congestion further compound these risks. Roosevelt Boulevard, a major artery bisecting the city, is infamously one of the most hazardous roads in the nation. Thousands of crashes have occurred there, including numerous pedestrian fatalities, especially at notorious intersections like Red Lion Road and Grant Avenue. On average, drivers in Philadelphia lose over 140 hours per year to traffic congestion, costing approximately $2,100 per driver in time and fuel, placing Philadelphia among the top 3 most gridlocked cities in the country. With aggressive driving behaviors, complicated road layouts, and unequal impacts on the city's most vulnerable neighborhoods, Philadelphia remains one of the toughest and most dangerous places to drive in America. Number 2, San Francisco, California. It stands out as one of America's most treacherous cities to drive in, merging steep hills, tight streets, and dense traffic, with dangerously high rates of serious collision. The city consistently averages around 3,000 crashes involving injuries or fatalities each year, making it one of the top 4 California cities for such incidents. Although its per capita crash and injury rates fall below national averages, the reality is stark. Drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists are still at substantial risk, especially on the 12% of streets identified as the high injury network, where a staggering 68% of the city's serious and fatal crashes occur. Vision Zero, San Francisco's ambitious plan to eliminate traffic fatalities, has made some progress, but without renewed enforcement, the city risks losing hard-won gains. Beyond crash frequency, San Francisco suffers from severe congestion that further undermines road safety and quality of life. Drivers lose dozens of hours annually, nearly 45 hours each year, stuck in traffic, translating into lost productivity and wasted fuel. Compounding these dangers, pedestrians account for more than half of all traffic deaths, and a citywide average shows a motor vehicle crash, causing injury every major thoroughfares, such as the Bay Bridge and steep arterial roads, serve as flashpoints for frequent collisions, reminders that driving here demands constant vigilance and caution amid an unforgiving urban landscape. Number 1, Detroit, Michigan. It has long carried a reputation as one of the most dangerous cities for drivers, with crash rates that place it near the top nationwide. Despite its shrinking population, the Motor City consistently records tens of thousands of crashes annually, many tied to reckless driving, speeding, and impaired operation. Reports from traffic safety analyses show that Detroit ranks among the top cities in Michigan for both traffic accidents and DUI arrests, underscoring the risks for both residents and visitors. Intersections such as Leavenworth and Davison, or the I-75 corridor, are notorious crash hotspots, where congestion, poor visibility, and aggressive maneuvers converge into frequent accidents. The city also struggles with inadequate road maintenance, where potholes and deteriorating infrastructure contribute to higher collision and injury rates compared to national averages. Adding to the danger, Detroit's fatal crash rates far outpace safer urban areas. Studies show that while Michigan as a whole report over 1,000 fatal crashes annually, Detroit contributes a disproportionate share of those deaths, particularly involving pedestrians and cyclists. Alcohol and drug-related crashes account for roughly 30% of traffic fatalities in the region, with late-night and weekend driving being especially risky. The city's wide boulevards and high-speed arterials encourage reckless behavior, while its aging traffic control systems often fail to slow drivers down. Combined with heavy commuter traffic and limited enforcement resources, these factors make Detroit one of the hardest and most hazardous places to drive in America, a city where vigilance behind the wheel can mean the difference between safety and tragedy. Conclusion: driving in America isn't the same everywhere, and as we've seen, some cities are far more dangerous than others. From Atlanta's congested highways to Detroit's high fatal crash rates, these urban centers share a mix of reckless driving, poor infrastructure, heavy congestion, and alarming accident statistics. In fact, many of the cities on this list contribute disproportionately to their state's overall crash and fatality numbers, highlighting how risky driving can be in dense and poorly managed traffic environments. Whether it's Miami's DUI incidents, Los Angeles gridlock, or Detroit's crumbling roadways, the data makes it clear these cities demand extra caution from anyone behind the wheel. So what does this mean for you? If you live in or plan to drive through one of these cities, it's not just about knowing the risks, it's about preparing for them. Stay alert, give yourself extra travel time, and never underestimate the dangers posed by aggressive drivers, distracted motorists, or poor road conditions. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more deep dives into life in America, and share this video with someone who needs to know where driving is most dangerous. Staying informed can save lives, and together, we can make the roads a little bit safer.